You guys are on a 2-minute timer. Here we go. Knock it out the park.
Let's go play a copper moment.
We'll start whoever has the mic here. Questions for Kelsey or Aliyah?
I guess
Recording
I'll
in
start.
progress.
For either of you, there was that 5 offensive rebound possession at the end of the second quarter that ended with Kelsey making that 3-pointer. What went into that? What was just behind that?
I mean, just being relentless on the boards. We just crashed. Some of the shots are just rolling in and out, and we were just always there to get it. And then Kelsey closed it off by knocking down that shot.
And coach has talked a lot about kind of little mistakes and kind of shutting off when you have a lead. How did you make sure not to do that with a lead, with like 15-point lead in the third quarter?
We have a word now as a team called pineapple, and pineapple represents stability, stay together, team make runs, life happens, but it's still pineapple. So for us, that was our mentality in retrospect. And so I had to give you the background story. But no, that's our mindset. We know teams in this league are going to make runs. We know how great they are. We know how great these players are individually. And so for us, we had leaders like AB, Emma Cannon telling us pineapple. So stay in it. Stuff is going to happen. I think that we had that mindset for 40 minutes today.
Okay, I'm going to change my original question to where did that come from, that word specifically?
I mean, a couple people thought of it at the same time, and so it's kind of like a weird coincidence. So we were like, okay, that's the one that we're going with.
And who are some people in this?
I was one, Z was one, and Emma was one.
Emma was one.
Yep.
Hey.
Pineapples.
Don't question it.
You guys had 23 assists today, your second most of the season. What do you kind of attribute that to from a play style perspective? Like the drive and kick game seemed to be working. What did you feel like was the biggest reason for that today?
I mean, we just made the good to great pass, and the team did a great job of knocking it down. Minnesota, their defense is aggressive, and so we try to be on the first level. If the second help comes, then we kick it, and then their one more is there, and then everyone did a great job just shooting shots.
Christie Wallace had to change roles right before the game
Yeah.
and fit in your lineup pretty well. What did you think of what she was able to do with you guys tonight?
Oh, it was phenomenal. But honestly, we don't never have doubt in any of our teammates. Anybody that has to step up due to unforeseen circumstances, we always believed in K-Dub and her abilities. And for us, it was about making sure that we came out early and in rhythm as a group, and K-Dub helped do that. And we're proud of her for that.
AB, what do you think helped you all keep Naficia Collar just in check tonight?
I mean, we were just being disciplined, staying down on her. We know she's a great player. She can hit tough shots. And just making it hard for her to get catches, attacking her. I think she got into foul trouble kind of early, which I think helped a lot. But, I mean, we just stayed disciplined to what we needed to do.
And then what does Nalissa mean just as far as a grit standpoint to this team? It seems like she always gets at least one or two of those trash buckets, as she calls it.
I mean, Liz is going to do her thing.
Right.
Night in, night out, she's going to do her
yeah.
thing, and she's going to hustle, and she's going to make tough shots, put people in the basket, and it's just great being on the same team as her and watching her do that.
Hey guys, Matt Cohn from Winsider. I want to build on some of the things I've been talked about. The assist percentage tonight, I think it was like 67%. The ball was moving. You only had 1 turnover in the fourth. You finished the game up 18, which you guys have never, any possessions ever finished that at that point. You led since the middle of the second quarter. All these things seem to show some maturation, a difference from even just 2 nights ago. How do you keep building on this? Coach talks about helping you guys figure out how that winning mentality. So now that you've got this one in the books, what's the next step to help build some consistency from here?
Just continue to play together. I think that's the biggest thing. You said our assists were up. We were moving the ball. Just understanding who should be taking the shots when. And I think just having the team shooting the ball with confidence and never losing confidence, because, I mean, just like Kelsey said, we never lose confidence in each other. And so just staying engaged to that. And we're going to watch film and be ready for New York on Sunday.
And then just one last one, more of a broad question outside of the game. With greater awareness and coverage coming to women's basketball overall, also comes greater scrutiny from social media, outside noise, whatever it may be. That can take a mental toll on players. Being a number 1 overall pick and number 2 overall pick, you guys, I'm sure, have seen a lot of that in your careers. Can you speak
Man.
I'm sure, can you speak to what that mental toll has been on you and how players can deal with that mental toll and that stress?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I feel like this has been one of the hardest years just because I came from college and then I came right to the league. And so it's kind of like you go from college, you get to this new league. It's very physical, like you expect a lot out of yourself. And, you have the outside noise expecting a lot. And then the minute something doesn't go your way, it's like comment here, comment there. But for me, I really shut off social media sometimes. I don't really look at it. And then I also talk to the sports psych, get some tears going.
Yeah.
But seriously, I mean, it's hard to really carry that load on yourself being an athlete because, I mean, you have expectations, your team has expectations, but then you hear people on the outside saying what their expectations is. And so it's really just about being able to keep your circle close and just be with those that want to uplift you.
Oh, I gotta drop the mic on that one. That was good. For sure. Thank you.
Whoever's got the
Recording
mic,
in progress.
This was what I thought I'd be asking, but we've heard of this term pineapple now, which is something your team has come up with to stay focused. What is the origin of this? Did you feel it helping today?
Did they tell you?
They did.
They told you. I mean, if it works for them, pineapple, right? I don't know. They came up with that to change the mindset.
This is new, very recent.
Yep, they had it after a team meeting, came up with it. If it works, whatever, I'm good with it. I'll put pineapples in their lockers, whatever they need. I don't know.
23 assists for you guys tonight, second most you've had in a game this season. What did you kind of make of that? I feel like the drive and kick game was working really well. Was kind of the impetus behind a lot of the ball movement?
Yeah, I just think tonight, offensively, we just did a great job of drawing defenders 1, 2, the next one, and finding those wide open shooters, and we were able to knock them down tonight. I mean, Christie Wallace got us started. We found her early. She had a solid game. Kelsey Mitchell. I mean, we were not taking. We always overemphasize like shot selection. We watch it after every game. We don't take the best shots at times. I can't remember but a couple that I would say are going to be on that list, and that is a great thing. We took wide open, uncontested shots.
What did you make of Christie being able to come in at the last second as a starter and have the game she had in a lineup that she's played in before but wasn't expected of her today and have that kind of game?
Yeah. Well, we were all a little discombobulated with looking at what was going on with Lexi, trying to talk like pregame talk right at the, right in the huddle before we started. But Lexi was, she couldn't go, and we just put Christie in, and she stepped up and did exactly what we needed her to do defensively, offensively. She's a ball handler; she can get in pick and rolls, so that really helps us a lot. But we just were able to knock down shots tonight.
Have you ever seen anything like Lexi randomly getting a nosebleed?
No, I really hope everything's okay. I think. No, I walked in the huddle like, who punched Lexi? Like, what happened? Because it just started. But we're going to get her checked out. We're going to make sure everything's okay. Just hope everything's okay.
And I wanted to get your thoughts on the 5 offensive rebound possession at the end of the second quarter that kind of ended with Kelsey Mitchell getting that 3-point shot. Like,
Yeah.
what did you think of that?
Yeah, we were talking to our analytics guy in there, and he was like, I thought I was going to run out of fingers to like keep counting them on. Like, it was just, I don't know. I mean, we were crashing. I'll take it, whatever, and I'll take the 3 at the end.
What did you think of just Erica Wheeler's bounce back game, and what do you think that says about her as a professional to stay locked in and obviously respond this way?
That's exactly what it was, bounce back game. We went toe-to-toe after that game the other night. She had 6 turnovers. She started out with 2 turnovers that were not good. She was mad as hell at me when I took her out, but I had to make a change, and we didn't talk after the game, but we talked yesterday, and she promised that she was gonna have a bounce back game, and she had that double-double, 10 assists. I mean, she was just different. I mean, she got her teammates involved. She was talking offense. We were figuring out what we were gonna run, who was hot. And we were all on the same page with that tonight. I'm sorry, guys.
Pat going.
Paraphrasing here, but you said something along the lines of after Tuesday's loss, when adversity hits, we tend to go back to our old habits. Maybe the answer is pineapple here, but beyond pineapple, what did you think about your team's ability to not only not revert to those old habits, but to seemingly pick up their play in those moments?
Yeah. I think in the second quarter, they went on a 5-0 run, called a timeout. I had just decided I wasn't going to let it go. I was just going to stop it regardless what I had at the end. But and I think we go on an 8-0 run and finish the quarter 10-2. That's something we haven't been able to do very often, consistently. And then we do the same thing in the next quarter. We were able to stop that bleeding, and that's growth. And that is where you have to figure out, like, we gave up a couple threes, and then we had to, just figure out, like, KYP, know your personnel, who you guarding, how we're going to stop it. I thought we did an excellent job on Collier. Excellent job on Collier tonight. Paul Miller had a great game plan for us. But yeah, we just stopped their runs, and that's what we've really struggled with.
Hey, Coach, what a difference a couple days here make. Want to start with the shot chart. It looked like a lot of shots, especially ones that were going in, were a lot in the paint and a lot around the perimeter. For a team that's third in percentage of their points from the mid-range, was it a game plan thing? Was it just kind of a read and react for the players? Just curious about the shot selection choice.
Yeah, we hate the long twos, the non-rim twos. We hate it. We talk about it all the time. I think we lead the league in attempts and non-rim twos. We want high percentage shots. We want to make people guard us. We wanted them to guard us for the shot clock, and then we did exactly what we were supposed to do, and we shot uncontested, wide open threes. It's either going to be at the rim or it's going to be at the, behind the arc, and that's what we did. That was the difference in the game.
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up with the ball movement conversation you were talking about. I think the assist percentage tonight was 67%, way up from the season average.
Yeah.
The ball was moving, and that growth that you just talked about with those runs, going on a run, the Lynx went on a run. Just was this a conversation that you and the coaching staff had with them? Was it something that they themselves kind of came together and recognized? What was the progression from Tuesday night to tonight?
Yeah, we had a pretty tough video session the other day after that game. We have to show them exactly where things are breaking down on us. And so we did that. We showed every single turnover from the other night, all the points that resulted in those turnovers. We didn't handle the hard hedge and the trap very well. So for 2 straight days, that's all we worked on. We showed them exactly where those passes were going to be. We did breakdown drills to get those passes. You can't hold the ball. We have a tendency to hold the ball and over dribble. Couldn't do that. Minnesota in that team, they're not going to trap. They're not going to hard hedge. But we still took advantage. We were able to get around in a side pick and roll. We were able to get our feet in the paint. We were able to dump down or kick. We've been emphasizing screening. I thought our angles on our screen were much better tonight. But we're going to play inside out, but we're going to play to where the defense is. We're going to make you work. That's our goal. And we haven't made people do that. We've been taking quick shots, and that doesn't result in a good. For us, it's quick shots for them as well.
And last thing, just want to throw a couple of stats at you and get your reaction from it. Fourth quarter, your team 1 turnover, Minnesota had 7. The percentage of possessions that your team has had where you've been leading by 13, 14, 15, and so on is less than 0.5% so far this season. Your team hadn't even led by 18 thus far. Just want to get your perspective on what do those numbers mean to you and your team finally getting to this point and then finding that consistency moving forward.
Yeah, I think the number one that you just said, the 1 turnover in the fourth quarter, that gave us an opportunity to have more opportunities to score just against the other night against LA. I think we lost, I think we took 8 less attempts than them. But that number 1 is huge. And then to turn them over 7 times. I mean, that's just us. We've just harped on, make them feel you, make the pressure, make them feel that pressure. And I mean, from the start, it was a different feel tonight on both ends. I'm just so happy for our players. They work so hard. They work really hard for us. They never stop playing. They have a toughness about them, and they don't get that win at the end. And it just breaks my heart. Because every day, people aren't here to see them practice every day. People aren't here to see them when we're supposed to just have a walkthrough and we have a practice because we need them to get better. So for me, it's always about them and just really happy for them.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats.
Thank you.